Let's get a move on then. And in the latest edition of ET Now on the Go, we caught up with one of the oldest groups in Kolkata. Shree Cement's H.M. Bangur joined in as he spoke about the rising consolidation within the space, the competition in the industry, and what the outlook is for the company. Take a look.
In industry, a lot of consolidation is taking place and it is now happening at a faster pace. Minimum economic size have now become 10 million ton. 5 million ton is too small. And there are many companies which are having something like 3 million, 5 million ton capacity. Yeah. What they can do? It will be better that they sell out. And there are enough buyers. One thing you will notice that in India, no cement company has ever given any loss to the bank, no haircut. All cement companies have gone at a higher rate than what their debt was. So it is a very clear that cement buyers are there quite a lot.
So that is there, but you know what's interesting for the company as well, you know, when I was reading up it said that, you know, Shree Cement has not actually, the expansion that Shree Cement has seen so far, you all have managed to do it all organically. While there is so much, is that something that you would look at, or organic expansion, how you have been growing so far? Is that something that...
There are, in organic expansion, the biggest thing is you don't buy whatever is left out. You create something. Number one, it is good for the local area because something new is coming up and somebody has to put the new unit. In European countries, this is the way because their capacity need is over. It is only changing heads. In India, our per capita consumption is about 310 kg. While the world consumption is 550 kg. So still we have almost double the demand which will be needed from here. So every year new capacity has to come. So we have taken the route of new capacity which has to be put by us and we find it much cheaper. Always if you buy the ingredients and make a chapati, it will be far cheaper than buying a whole chapati.
That's true. That's very true. That's a very good example because घर का जो बना होता है वही पेट में हजम भी ज्यादा होता है.
दोनों बात है. That is cheaper also and that is healthier also.
Healthy.
So both the things are there when we create our own. Because every company, right from the time of ordering equipments, having a particular layout, how the machines have to be placed, has a unique thinking. If I buy something, we are married to the old thoughts. The new technology, though it may take a little time, but that is the success story of Shree, that we have created better and at a cheaper rate.
Absolutely, that I agree to. But sir, kabhi you want to eat outside ka Domino's pizza or any of the pizzas as well and pasta, sir?
That is the hunch you have. That is still, even if you want to eat, it is not healthy. So we have also purchased out of all our assets, 1% is outside purchase.
Absolutely.
A small unit purchased from JP. That was what was done.
But sir, agar if you find something that is matching your thought process, matching the company's ethos, would you be open to it?
Yes, we will be. There is no strong no to it now. In fact, we have seen one or two things, but what we find is that somebody is ready to pay much higher than what we were thinking is the real price. So now we have not succeeded, but there is no taboo that we will never take outside.
Talking more about in terms of the real estate boom that we are seeing, the growth that we've seen in the real estate sector, how do you you see that, with that growing, do you think that, we're seeing that higher capacity in the cement side versus the demand that's there in the last decade for cement industry? Do you think that is something that now will change given this real estate boom is coming?
No, real estate boom is there. It is going to stay for quite a long. Now, whether it is rural or urban, now everybody needs more space. 2-room flat where there was for the same number of people. Now, even 3-room is not sufficient. 5-room may be needed. Earlier, in 1 room, 10 children were sleeping. Now, for 10 children, they are not there. 6 children may be there in the. Still 4 rooms will be needed. So everybody needs their own space. And now because of the modern ways, loans are easily available. You don't have to go to money lenders. Banks gives you loan. So the property boom is going to be there. But having said that, we have a very healthy cement demand growth. But the capacity creation is ahead of the demand. Cement company has never fallen short of it. Right now also, capacity utilization is around 80%. And this 75 to 85% capacity utilization is there since last 20 years or so. So 75 to 85, that is the narrow range.
Sure. And, sir, I just want to know in terms of overall also, how do you see competition? Because there is a lot of competition in the cement industry. There's consolidation, but there is increasing competition for the larger players. How do you see that moving? And how do you see company moving in that?
Competition will always be there in all industries. Cement industry is no different. But only thing is you have to have a fiscal discipline, because many companies who failed were really good companies, created well, but the loan taken was higher, they could not service the loan. That is all. So when you are consolidating, having competition, you have to have your own strength. You can't see others, because somebody with higher muscle power can create capacity much faster. You don't have to follow them. This I am saying with the interest that Shree Cement has created at the capacity at the highest rate in loan. So people should not follow it. They should see their side of their strength and then act accordingly. That's all I can say.
Over the last decade also, if we step back and 2014 to 2024, the company has managed to see a good CAGR growth around 12 to 15% in that range. Going forward, maybe next decade later, if I'm going to talk to you, where do we see that?
We will be growing little more than the industry average growth. Industry average will depend on the India GDP growth. So, because some players will always not will like to expand. So, that space is left. So, that space will be taken by few companies. Shree Cement will be one of them. We don't want to expand too hastily. So, our growth will be almost as it was in the past. It will be not very different. So, 12% or 12 to 15% was our past. It will be almost in the same range.